To even get close to the crushing sound of Zakk Wylde, most guitar players would think you need a bullseye Gibson Les Paul Custom, a wall of shrieking JCM 800 amplifiers, and of course, an incredibly expensive pedal board. But what if I told you that you can get close to the Zakk Wylde tone with the gear that you already own? Well, in today's Squealing Pig Guitars episode, I'm taking on that challenge. Let's see how close I can get with my current rig, which is a Mesa Boogie Mark V amplifier and a mystery ESP guitar. So sit back and relax and let's get shredding. So before we get tone hunting, what gear does Zakk Wylde actually use? So the first guitar we have to talk about is the 1981 Gibson Les Paul Custom. This guitar was nicknamed the Grail and has that bullseye kind of graphic over the guitar. When any guitar player thinks of Zakk Wylde, you think of this guitar. He bought the guitar when he joined Ozzy Osbourne's band in 1987. When Zakk received the guitar, it was equipped with the standard passive humbuckers, but he quickly changed these pickups out for an EMG 81 and 85 set. Originally, the guitar just looked like any other Les Paul Custom. It had that alpine white finish. But Zakk Wylde felt that the alpine white Les Paul Custom was a signature Randy Rhoads thing. So he decided to send the guitar off to get painted. The initial idea was to paint the Hitchcock Vertigo design on it, but the guitar came back with the bullseye decal. So that's the story of the 1981 bullseye / the Grail guitar. And what's important to note here is the EMG active pickups. This is a crucial part of Zakk Wylde's tone. He then plugs that into a Marshall JCM 800 2203 100 watt amplifier. In terms of pedals, it's always been pretty simple for Zakk Wylde. He has the wah pedal, the roto vibe. He'll typically have a chorus and a phaser pedal, and then finally he has the Boss SD1, which is quite signature for his overdrive. However, I think I'll get pretty close today with my spark booster by engaging the mid-range function. So put simply, Zakk Wylde's tone was a Gibson Les Paul Custom with EMG 8185 pickups going into a Marshall style amplifier with an overdrive and modulation. So let's see how close I can get with my current rig. So the mystery guitar is this ESP Eclipse. This is a beautiful model from the Japanese factory. It's got a stunning fade finish, gold hardware, and it's got an EMG set of pickups in, which is essential for the Zakk Wylde tone. However, it's not an 81 and an 85, it's actually the Het set. The whole point of this series is to show you guys that you can get close to an artist's tone without necessarily getting the same gear. So I thought it'd be a little bit more interesting getting an ESP guitar today instead of a Gibson, and of course using this Mesa Boogie Mark V amplifier instead of one of my Marshalls. So if you're familiar with these videos, you'll know the drill by now, but I'm basically gonna just plug my guitar straight into the amplifier with a little bit of reverb and try and dial in the Zakk Wylde tone. So plugging straight into the amplifier, this is the tone that we get on the bridge pick. They're obviously quite far off. So the first thing I'm gonna do is increase a little bit of that gain and a little bit of the master. Let's just hope we don't. That's a really nice tone, but nothing like Zakk Wylde. Firstly, I'm just gonna take out most of this bass. The Mesa Boogie Mark V amplifier has a lot of bass, especially with this cabinet. So with the bass down and the treble up, this is what we're getting. So gain-wise, we're not quite there, but I think in terms of frequencies, we have that mid-range punch. So now let's add some pedals. This is a really important part of Zakk Wylde's tone. I don't have an SD1 to hand, so I'm gonna use my spark booster on the mid-range setting, and I think this will get quite close to the Zakk Wylde sound. So let's engage. So this is with the spark booster engaged. For a wah pedal, I'm using this vintage Vox wah. This is what it sounds like when I engage it. For a chorus pedal, I'm using the Astra by Universal Audio. It's a very complex modulation pedal with lots of different patches, but I'm using a patch inspired by the Chorus Ensemble by Boss. So putting that into the front of the amp, this is what we're getting. So this is how I've dialed in the EQ. I've taken a little bit of the bass off, and I think this is when we're going to get very close to the studio tone of Zakk Wylde. Let's hear it one last time before going to the performance. So there's my final Zakk Wylde tone. I think I've got pretty close in all honesty. Although this guitar doesn't have the same sound as a Les Paul Custom, the EMGs has done a lot of heavy lifting. And I think when you dial in your pedals right, you can get quite close to the Zakk Wylde tone without necessarily having the right amplifier or guitar. Obviously, a lot of it goes into the playing as well, the vibrato style, the aggressive picking that Zakk Wylde does. Obviously, you'll have to put a bit of time into learning that, but I do think you can get close with the gear that you already own. For a pick today, I'm using these Dan's Guitar Store pink picks. They have more of a serrated edge than my usual pick, which is a Jazz Free Ultex XL. But I find these just have a little bit more rasp to the note, which is perfect for Zakk Wylde. But in a few moments, I'm going to be doing two performances. The first one is going to be the No More Tears solo, and then the second one is going to be the Farewell Ballad. So let's stand up, get rocking, and see how close I got to the Zakk Wylde tone with my existing rig. So guitarists, it's the end of another Squealing Pig Guitars video. I really hope you've enjoyed this Zakk Wylde special today. If you've enjoyed this video, leave a thumbs up, hit the hype points button, and let me know how close you think I got in the comment section below. Also, if you'd like to see more tone hunting videos like this one, make sure to leave some requests in the comment section below so I know who to cover next. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers, and we'd love for you to join us on this journey. So hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. So I have to say, today's been a real fun one to film. I love Zakk Wylde's guitar playing, and I've really enjoyed playing No More Tears and the Farewell Ballad. I really enjoy making them, so it's great to see you guys enjoying them in the comment section below. I read every single comment, so thank you for commenting. I'll make sure to reply to some later on today. But that is the end of today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Ben Keightley. This is Squealing Pig Guitars, and I'll see you shortly for another episode. But until then, keep rocking, guys. I'll see you soon.